Hey guys! Today we're back with another video and we're here with
Max von Essen! He's been in Les Mis, Up Vita, Falsettos, Anastasia, America in Paris, Jesus Christ Superstars, and Dance of the Vampires.
So, let's get on to the video.
Here we go! Broadway time!
How did you get into theater?
Oh, well, do you have 2 hours? Can I take? No, I'll tell a quick version. I just started falling in love with it. The first thing I fell in love with was as a kid was music and playing the piano, right? That was like in 3rd grade, elementary school. I just became obsessed with this teacher I saw playing the piano. I asked my parents for lessons and a piano, and I was hooked. So that's like how it all started. The piano playing led to me learning songs and singing them. And that led to doing musicals, and that led to loving acting and theater in general. And then I was just, totally hooked. So that's how it started. It was like a progression from my love of music and piano.
Okay. Favorite show mishap?
Well, I don't know if I'd say there are any favorites, my mishaps, but I wouldn't say it's something I like love that happens. But one of the funniest ones for me was I was in American in Paris, and I was dancing this number called Swonderful, and I was like everyone was on stage dancing. It was like this big, beautiful sequence, and I'm down at the front of the stage. I'm like crossing around dancing, and I'm not a dancer. Like I always have to fake it when I dance. So, And I did this move where like my leg goes behind my other leg, and then I like twist around. Well, I wiped out. Like I twisted and fell on the ground so hard.
Oh my God.
I was holding this book that like totally smacked the ground, and the entire audience, like 1,500 people, go. All I heard was the sound of an entire audience doing that. So I do this step and I twist around, but I like completely wiped out, like face planted on the ground. And I'm holding this book too that completely smacked on the ground, and it made a sound like it sounded like my whole body was just like slammed on the ground. The entire and it was like my face. That's what it looked like. Like my face hit the stage, which it did. But the book made it sound so much worse than it was. Yeah. The entire audience, 1,500 people just go, oh! And I'm on stage just like trying to recover, get up really quickly because I didn't want them to feel uncomfortable and get scared. So I just got up like nothing was wrong, even though I was in so much pain. I was totally fine, but like my body was really sore after it.
I have a question. Did you I don't know, I feel like if I fell on stage in front of like a lot of people, I would want to cry. Did you ever have that crying moment this is embarrassing?
No, you know what? I've definitely been embarrassed on stage. I've forgotten lyrics, and I've fallen. It seems like almost like every show at some point you fall. American in Paris, I did a couple of 100 shows, I guess, right? Yeah. So I did West Side Story a long time ago on and off for a couple of years. So I remember wiping out as Tony. I was running up to the balcony scene, and I just wiped off and wiped out and literally fell out of the stage, into the wings, and I had to run back on. But you know what? You guys, I don't know if you perform a lot or
we perform.
You will, and maybe when you're young, you don't have as many performances of the show that you're doing, but I've done so many shows for so many performances that it doesn't even matter. And
at this point, it's whatever. Yeah.
Live theater, and it doesn't happen all the time. So, I luckily, I don't fall every show. But when it happens, it really is, as long as you're not hurt, it's kind of fun for the audience to have that story,
I saw the actor fall on
stage. So what is your favorite thing to do during quarantine?
Oh my gosh, that's a really good question. I think honestly, it's been seeing my friends. I had a couple of friends who left town for months. So there are some people who are getting back now that I haven't seen in 7 months. Another friend of mine was visiting last week, and he was in from LA. I haven't seen him in 10 months. And, it's been such a hard time. I try to remain really positive, and I'm always going to find the beautiful side of things. But the truth is, it's been really hard. And I've been down and frustrated and lonely and not feeling very creative. So I've been trying to do things, play piano and sing and do some creative things, but still my favorite has just been the times when I can sit with some friends in the park or go to a restaurant outdoors and just catch up. Because
Right.
the truth is, we don't, hopefully soon, things will be back to how they were.
Yeah,
it'll never be
yeah.
totally normal again. But as things get back and we do go back to work, we're all gonna miss the times that we had all
Right,
this free
right.
time. So I'm trying to also enjoy it and have
Like in
that
the
quality
now.
time with friends. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and like we're able to do all this because of Zoom.
Yeah, because of
And because of
COVID.
Corona. And
I
so,
know, crazy. Right? I never had these headphones. I never had this microphone. I've got a little light over
Right.
here.
Yeah.
This is my blue wall where I do auditions.
Mhm.
You have a
And
whole
these
setup.
are things like I know I screwed up the sound when we first started, but
Doesn't
I'm
matter.
trying to learn these things, and it's
Mhm.
really amazing to like be connected and do stuff like this. And I
Mhm.
love that we can just do this. Jump on your podcast and stay in touch with people all over the world. It's pretty.
Mhm.
It really is. Not that we didn't already have these things, but now we like
Have
have
to,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
use them and rely on them. So I'm old, so I'm trying to learn all this crazy stuff.
We did an interview, and one time my mom was like getting the floor done
Oh
upstairs,
my
right?
gosh.
So during the interview, the whole time you said
Bang, 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 bang.
so you with the sound is like little things
Mhm.
compared to everything that's happening like during interviews sometimes. What movie would you want to turn into a musical, or what musical would you want to turn into a movie?
Okay, that's good. Definitely the movie I always think of because I love it so much. I know you guys probably don't know it, but it's called La Vie Rose. It's about this French singer named Edith Piaf, and I'm like obsessed. She was like the French version of Judy Garland, like super famous and like an icon in her country, and had like this phenomenal voice, but also like this like tragic, like complex story. Anyway, it made for an incredible movie. Marion Cotillard, I think, won the Oscar for it, and it just like would make such an incredible, intense musical. The music is so great, and I could play her. I think it was her boyfriend that had this great part in it. Anyway, I want to be in it. And then, honestly, what would be so cool is this was a movie first, but I did the stage version of American in Paris, and it's like a completely different version.
Yeah.
Like it's totally its own unique stage musical, and I think now that would be awesome as a movie. And that way, I could get to do my part of Henri, because I've never been in like a movie musical. It would be so cool.
Yeah,
that would be awesome. Yeah.
What was your favorite musical to do and why?
Oh man, that's it's hard because they're all like I've had a lot of favorites, but each like for a different reason. I would probably have to say like, and I was just talking about American in Paris. Like I'd probably have to say that because that was like the overall most amazing experience. You know what I mean? Like we did our out of town tryout in Paris. I had done like the workshop of it the year before, so I was with it for a long time, and they started to like kind of like develop it. Like I felt like it was really like became like my role, like I had some input and I helped develop it a little bit. And, I don't know, it was just this incredible experience. And then we moved to Broadway and we were at the Palace Theater. It's like a dream of mine to play there. And, we got like Tony nominations, and some people in the show won, like for choreography and like some different things. It was just, everything was just like clicked in this most incredible way. And I love like my two buddies who were in the show, Brandon Uranowitz and Robbie Fairchild. We were like the three, musketeers in the show. And we just became great friends, like brothers. And it was just an awesome experience. But there are other great shows that I love doing, and they were totally favorites. But that one is like rides pretty high, like on my list of like incredible experiences.
Yeah, and the Palace Theater has like the best dressing rooms. I could tell from your Broadway.com vlog and like Lily Cooper's Broadway.com vlog. The dressing rooms are like really nice. So
I had an awesome dressing room. I had so much fun there. I totally decked it out, made it feel like this little like French like apartment. And, but now the Palace Theater, they're totally renovating it, so all the backstage dressing rooms are gone.
Yeah,
it's going to be all new.
Crazy.
They're going to like keep the theater itself, but everything behind the scenes will be totally new, which will be awesome. But I can't believe my dressing room won't be there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna totally butcher this name, but hey, go for it. Why did you go back to Les Miserables?
Les Miserables?
Les Mis?
Yeah, Les Mis.
You could just say Les Mis.
Yeah.
The short version. It's Les Miserables. It's another French French word.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the question? Why did I go back to it?
Yeah. Why did you go back to it?
Oh, well, actually, it was, believe it or not, so the original Broadway production of that ran for a really long time, like 18 years. So when I was young, it was still running on Broadway, and I got to join the ensemble and do that production. I was also understudy for a role named Marius, who was like, I don't know if you saw the movie, but anyway, it's a great part. I never went on, but which stinks. But anyways, it's a great part that I never played. But I was in the ensemble of that production, and then it closed, right? Mm-hmm. And then like 5-something years later, they did a revival of Les Mis. So it was a totally separate production, and I played this character called Enjolras, which was if you saw the movie, it was Aaron Tveit in the movie who played Enjolras. So I didn't necessarily go back to it, but it was a totally different production, totally new cast, and I had a different role. And I was in the ensemble in the first production. Then when I did it again in the revival, I was a lead. So I kind of was really excited to get this part of Enjolras and have these songs. Is just such a cool part and role. So it's pretty neat. I actually did 2 separate Broadway productions of the same show. So the original, technically, the end of the original run, and then I did the first revival.
So what was it like being a Tony nominee?
This is so great. No, really. I mean, like, honestly, like, I'm older, and so it's not like why I do what I do, you know, and things like that didn't happen early on in my career. So I was like, whatever, like, that's not why I'm doing this, right? Yeah. And then American in Paris came along, and I was like, oh my God, this is like role of a lifetime for me. And it just felt so natural. Like I was kind of born to play it, and still wasn't thinking about, that I wasn't doing it because like, oh, I'm going to get a Tony nomination. Right. But then it started to get closer, and like people were saying, you really might. And I started to feel like, now I really might. And now if I don't, I'm going to be upset if I don't. And everything worked out, and I did. And it was just awesome. And like, I remember the night of the Tonys, people were like, I'm so sorry you didn't win. I was like, sorry I didn't win.
What? I'm here.
I was like, are you kidding? Look at me. I'm hanging out with Cheetah Rivera and Bernadette Peters. Right. No, it really was a dream come true. Like I said, that's not like why pretty much any of us are doing what we do. But once in a while, those like extra awesome things happen, and then you're just like on a high. Like I was on a high that whole, almost like that whole first year in American in Paris, because it was just like that's what I was saying before. Like everything clicked, and it was just like these pinch me moments, and it's just a fun little like extra thing that makes you feel kind of like fancy and successful, and like you're part of the community in another way. Like it's like another step up, and you're like, oh my God, how did I get here? This is so awesome. It's a dream come true.
What's your favorite stage door memory?
Oh my gosh, that's good. There are a lot that are jumping into my mind. I'm trying to think one more. They were more like experiences where I was like amazed about the stage door. Like I don't know if you know who Lea Salonga is. She's incredible performer. Yeah. And she's done some like Disney voices. Like she's like the nicest woman in the world. But she's like a superstar, especially in her home, in the Philippines. You know what I mean? Like the Philippines. She's like they're like the biggest stars, if not like the biggest. And so she has a big following. And when we did Les Mis, like the stage doors were packed for her, like huge crowds. And then when I did Evita with Ricky Martin, it was similar to like chaos on the streets. Like sometimes like several hundred people like out into the streets, like police officers, and I'd like look out from my dressing room window and be like, oh my God. So those were like 2 really cool things, but I don't know, probably I'd have to sit and really think about it, because like I've had so many special like really like intimate moments where people like share a little bit about their life, or how they were like inspired by the show, or like something we did. And that used to happen a lot on the Falsettos tour that I did. There were a lot of like LGBTQ kids who would say how much the show meant to them, and like there were so many times like that. And that happened in American in Paris too. And we had amazing fans in Anastasia. So it's when I'm doing the show and it like really connects with like a young person, and they like pull me aside to the stage door, those are the ones I like treasure the most. I keep like a pile of letters from kids who like tell me like what it meant, or that they look up to me, which is like the craziest thing. Like if I could be any sort of like inspiration to kids who are performing or confused or whatever, like it's just the best feeling. So I've had a lot of really nice experiences like that at the stage door.
I like that.
So what is your favorite scene out of any musicals you've been in?
Oh my God. You guys, these are good questions and they're hard because I've done so much now, but I guess I got to just go with like what jumps into my mind. And two things just jumped into my mind, and I had this awesome number in American in Paris called Stairway to Paradise. It was like my childhood dream come true because I used to love these big MGM musicals, like Singing in the Rain and American in Paris and like Judy Garland movies. And I just imagined like, oh my God, what would it be like to be like in a top hat and tails and like a kick line and like all these women in like feather head dresses and guys in tuxedos. And I got to like live out those dreams. Yeah. And so I had these, like I would perform it, and like it was okay for my character to kind of like step out because he was like in this dream sequence, like imagining himself performing at like Radio City Music Hall. So sometimes like my mind would like jump out as Max, but I would like pretend I was still the character, and I would like look into the audience. It was like a dream come true, and I would like see everyone seeing me, and it was this like weird kind of like crazy, like a real dream come true because it was like a total dream sequence, and I just couldn't believe that I was up there like doing these things. And then more recently I had the other one that jumped into my mind is like I worked with Nick Adams on the Falsettos tour, and like we played Lovers, and it was like just such an incredible intense story, and we had such beautiful stuff to do, and this incredible duet at the end called What Would I Do, and we've actually performed it a lot since then. There's some YouTube videos I think of it, but I just love singing it with him. It was such a gift. Like I would do that show tonight if I could.
What do you want to do in the future?
Retire. No, I want to get back to work. I want to get back to work so badly. I've been doing some things, and I'm about to do this like virtual show with a theater. They're going to try to like film a show. Like we're all going to do it like in our apartments with like cameras. They're going to announce it soon, so hopefully you'll see something. But and that's really cool. I'm so excited to like have something to work on. But I can't lie, like I am dying to get back out there and be in front of a live audience. So I just want to keep doing musical theater. I mean, there are a lot of things I want to do. You know, I love plays, TV, and film. But like my like passion is musical theater. Like that's where it started for me. So step one, like when we get through this time, like I've got to get back on stage and sing and act and do this soon because like my heart and soul misses it so much. So I just want to keep performing.
Yeah. During quarantine, I've been trying to get out there and do stuff. I'm doing a virtual play right now, and it's like so much fun. It's such a nice breath of fresh air after all this quarantine mess.
I know, totally. But I'm sure you still want to like get out and like be with people, and I want to be like in a rehearsal room. And
I miss my friends so much, and like this year I was going to be in theater, but because of Corona, they kind of just didn't like do it anymore. So it's kind of like, kind of sucks. Yeah.
I know. Well, hang in there. We'll be back.
Right.
We'll be back soon. We're performing with everyone.
What is your favorite part of doing a tour?
It's a couple of things. Like, it's fun because I don't tour all the time, right? So it's nice, like, every couple of years when I get a tour to travel, you know what I mean? Like, spend time in other cities. And, like, when we were on Falsettos, we spent, like, 5 weeks in LA, and I love LA, and I have a lot of friends there, so I got to see them. And we spent, like, a month in San Francisco, which is a city I didn't really know very well, so I got to see it. Same with Chicago, and, like, years ago, I got to go to Seattle, Portland, like, all these cool cities that I don't know if I would have had the opportunity to, like, spend time in if I wasn't, like, performing. So it's pretty great to, like, get to travel like that, and for especially, and then too for like a show like Falsettos that I've talked about, and like it meant so much to me, and it really means a lot to people. Like it really moves people in a very special way and connects to a lot of people in a special way. So to be able to like bring that around the country, that's a really cool part about a tour, because you know it's hard to get to New York and to get to Broadway. So without these tours and some shows, you know, are meant to entertain and escape for a few hours, but some shows really like make a difference and move people. And Falsettos was one, so that was pretty cool to get to bring that, you know, touring. That was awesome. Yeah,
Falsettos has like an emotional factor, but also like a comedy factor.
Right.
Yeah, it's like it's crazy. Like it's such a wild and hard show to learn and do, and like some people may like it might not click with them. Like I remember like not always like think about it too much. I was like, oh yeah, I like that show. But then I did it, like being a part of it. And then I think too, because now I'm older and I'm right for the role of, the dad of, Marvin. So like now that I connect to it so deeply now, and just to see how audiences were like so moved, like you could hear like towards the end, like when I sing the song, like sometimes you'd hear people like gasping and like weeping in the audience. I'd be like, oh my God. And I was like trying to keep it together because I heard them and I was like, keep it together.
Right.
And it's so wild to like be part of something like that. Like that's so powerful. Like it's such an honor. It's cool.
So what is a role that you would never do again?
Well, a role that I'd never do again is Tony in West Side Story because I'm too old and I love that. you mean a show that I kind of like refuse to do again?
Yeah,
I'd be like, I'm never gonna do that again.
Like, no.
Oh, you know what? Jesus and Jesus Christ Superstar. I've done that regionally, and I understudied it in a Broadway production, and I went on many times. And like, don't get me wrong, like I can on like a great day, I can sing it, right?
Oh, okay.
But like not every day and not 8 times a week. It like killed my voice because I have like a very like a pretty sounding voice. I don't have like some rockin' voice.
Right.
It's fun to like do some pop stuff and like rough it up a little bit, but singing Jesus, like I love that show and I love the role, but I'm never doing that again.
Right.
Gotta protect these chords.
What is one thing that you love and hate about theater?
Oh gosh. Well, I love I love it all. Like I just love getting on stage. I love creating. I miss like that camaraderie and like walking into a rehearsal room and seeing all my friends and like it's like because it's not just your work. It's literally like my world. Like it's social. It's what I love. I want to be with people and bond with people and create with people and perform for a live audience. Like that relationship is so awesome. So the million things I love. I hate. Gosh, hate is like a strong word for something like
it could be like
theater
people
that I
recording
love so
the...
much.
Or like what do you like really like not like, you know what I mean? Or like
yeah,
maybe...
I mean, I think what I'd have to say, and this goes for probably like show business, like in general and entertainment, like it's like hard to get jobs, and there's a lot of rejection from auditions and stuff, and it's not fun. You know what I mean? Like it's part of it, and then when you get a job, it's like the greatest thing in the world. So you're like, then you forget all the stuff that was hard before. But it's, I won't say I hate it, but I certainly don't like it. Like it would be nice to just like someone to call me every 6 months, and just hand me a job.
Right.
But I'm not there yet. I'm not Hugh Jackman, so.
Oh
I
my
gotta
gosh.
keep working. So yeah, that's something I don't like having to prove myself over and over.
Over and over again.
Even after you feel like you've been successful or you've done jobs, you're like, well, it ends, and then you literally have to, in a way, like start over. Walk into a room and do scenes for people and sing for people, and sometimes some of them have like never even met you. You're like, never met? What? You don't know me?
Right.
I'm Tony nominated Max von Essen.
Right.
Don't you know who I am?
I was like literally sitting next to you.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I feel like actors on TV have a better chance of like going to Broadway and getting jobs on like TV or in Broadway musicals than like people that actually just like only do Broadway musicals. You know what I mean?
You're right. You're right. And I'm not like making up an excuse as to why it's hard, but there is a lot to be said for if you've made a name for yourself, already in TV and film. Yeah, it can be.
It can
then
be.
you have a following, and they think of you as more of a star. You might be able to get a role that they won't even let me audition for.
Right.
That stinks. That's just like kind of part of it. But like, luckily, I've been lucky and I've gotten some great stuff. But yeah, I remember years ago, they were like, you got to go to LA, you got to do TV and film. I was like, no, I don't want to, my dream was like always to do theater. So like, I probably should have tried to do TV and film earlier, but like, I can't go backwards. I can't, I don't regret anything. Cause literally I grew up in New York, like in Queens and Long Island, like all I ever wanted to do was like be in a Broadway show. So like, I had to just do it, and then I was hooked. So like,
well, you still can go to TV.
And
movies.
Totally.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is like you said, like it's I'm not dead. I'm here, and I'm really lucky, and I keep doing it. I've done some cool TV guest spots and little like bit parts of movies. So like, hopefully I'll like web series. Like I will just keep trying. That's the cool thing about this business. There's so many things. Like I never thought I would do many concerts, and now past couple of years I've been doing some really cool concerts, like my solo show or like performing at different symphonies. So you gotta just keep going for it.
Just gotta go with the flow.
Right.
Yeah, go with the flow. Work hard and go to auditions.
So what was your favorite part of doing Swonderful, the Broadway.com vlog?
Oh, that was, it was actually a lot of work. So it was kind of inconvenient, right? But I'm not complaining. Like I'm saying, like it was actually kind of crazy because I agreed to do it from our opening night, around opening night of my show, and then for like I don't know how long do I do it? 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 8 weeks. And that brought me all the way up to like the Tony Awards. So that was like the craziest period ever for me to be like dragging a camera around. I was the biggest geek, like going to all these events with my own camera, like filming people. But the greatest thing was like I got to document like one of the most, like maybe thus far, the most exciting period of my life as an actor. So like there were times I was like, oh my God, I better bring my camera because I'm sure this is going to be interesting. But I kind of wanted to just like relax and enjoy it all. But I knew it was going to be cool stuff and cool, like a lot of behind the scenes things that people never, wouldn't really be able to get to see. And there were some really cool events for the Tony Awards and some TV things and backstage at the theater. So I'm so glad I just kept doing it. And now I just feel like I've got this cool documentation. This amazing time in my life. I gotta go watch them again soon.
I watched all of them. They're really good. I especially like featured. It's what you did with Brandon and the other girl before the show. You did like featured.
Supporting characters. Commence. Oh my God, that was so fun. Jill totally started that, and then we just we would do it almost every show. It was so funny. And we'd come up with the most ridiculous supporting characters from such crazy shows. Oh, you're making me miss it. See, I love doing that show. I loved everyone in it.
Okay, we're done.
Yeah, so those are all of our questions.
Oh my God, sweet.
But we're not done with the question part. We still have fan questions to do next. And then we have 2 games, and then we have something else.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, we have a thing planned out,
Yeah.
Let's go to our questions.
Yep, so I can get us started. And so this question is from Casey, and she asks, is there anything you can relate to in any of the shows you've been in?
Oh, yeah, almost all of them. Especially, I always try, every role I take on, to connect as me. You know what I mean? It gives me like a jumping off point. I try to like not try to act. I try not to like worry about, like what they're wearing, what their accent is. I try to like, what do I connect with? So I always find something. And even like the last 2 major shows, 2 or 3, like, American in Paris, which was like this young French guy who was like torn, confused about his sexuality. He didn't want to go to his family business. He wanted to go to New York and become a star and a singer. So like, sure, there was not exactly me, but like a lot, I connect to like a lot of those things. I had my own, issues and struggling with things as a kid, and then my own dreams of performing, so like totally connected. And then like someone like Marvin, I played in falsettos. He's a guy who's married to a woman, and then divorces her and falls in love with a guy, and deals with the loss of this partner, from the AIDS virus, like early in like the 1980s. And, then I think I didn't, live through that time. I did live, I was around, but I wasn't an adult, so I don't know. But so then I connect to it. Like I think about, one of my best friends that I lost because of another reason from years ago. And so like, I always find what I can connect to. Like every role, there's just fine. There's so many things. I haven't yet had a role where it's just like some crazy, totally different role. Like, I very often seem to be cast as like roles that like make sense. It's like not too far of a leap. They're different, and they're different periods, and it's different like styles of singing. But I don't know. Maybe it's the role, or maybe it's me. But I always connect.
Yeah,
and that's my like way in. Like find where you connect and relate to that character, and that's your entry into it growing from there.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a long answer. Okay.
It's okay.
Chloe asks, what is your favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh, I'm boring. Chocolate. Oh, but then again, like, I mean that's my like basic, but like if I'm going to the deli on the corner and I'm getting like a Ben and Jerry's, it'll be like peanut butter cup or like caramel sutra.
Ooh. I like Oreo or chocolate.
Mint chocolate chip is my go-to flavor.
Yes.
Yeah.
All good.
Paige asks, waffles or pancakes?
I love waffles, but I have to say pancakes. I'm gluten free, so I like make my own pancakes all the time. They're delicious. I wouldn't know how to make a waffle.
I think
I'd have to get like a waffle iron.
Yeah. It's a lot more steps.
Use the more steps, or find like a gluten free waffle in the grocery.
That's hard work. I'm allergic to eggs, and it's
really
hard. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's hard to even find like things that have no eggs in it. To even make food with no eggs. It's hard. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We have to use like the shake up mix and water thing
because it has no eggs in it. Yeah. They can't make homemade waffles for me because I can't like eat it. And then sometimes when I go out, like I don't know like if it has eggs, so I have to constantly ask like, does this have eggs? Put this on the side.
Of course, that's like me with gluten because gluten is like wheat flour, and they put flour and so much stuff. I was like, why did you put flour in that? You don't need flour in that.
Flour and sauce, and you would never know.
I know.
Yeah, like egg in the sauce you had last week.
Yeah, there was a lot of eggs in the sauce. I had to ask them. I hate to like put food back, right? But I had to ask them, like, you can't make the sandwich with, like, no sauce. And they gave it to me.
I'm serious.
I know. And they gave it to me with sauce, and I had to, like, tell them, like, they put it back. And I was like, I can't eat it if it has any kind of eggs in it. So I was like, kind of sucks, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So,
yep.
Danielle said, what is your favorite food?
I think chicken parmesan. I have to, like, make it myself, like start with like my sauce and then like with like gluten-free breadcrumbs for the chicken, and it's pretty delicious. My mom used to make it all the time, and like it's yummy. I don't have it too often, but it's good.
Gabriel asks, what is your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue. I wear a lot of black and gray, but like those aren't really colors. So, but I wear a lot of blue. I'm colorblind, so I have trouble with like reds and greens, and that screws up a lot of colors for me. So, but blues I can see, and so I wear like a lot of navy and blue stripes.
Yeah, blue's my favorite color too. Yeah,
I love it.
Said, what is your favorite backstage moment? I think we already asked that. I don't know.
No. I took that one out and I replaced it.
Okay.
But she asked, what is your favorite backstage moment?
I don't know. I mean, I've had like so many moments. Hard to just think of like one backstage moment. Maybe like there was like a moment in American in Paris, like Hillary Clinton and President Bill Clinton came to the show, and they came backstage. They like loved it so much. They spent so much time with the whole cast backstage.
That's nice.
I know that's not like a during a show backstage moment, but that we were backstage like with them and the cast for like over an hour after the show, just hanging out and taking pictures. It was just really cool.
Just hanging out?
Just hanging out.
Hang out with Hillary Clinton,
right?
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't even matter like what you think politically and stuff. Like
right.
Hillary Clinton was like Secretary of State. Her husband was president. Like we got like a President Bill Clinton was. They were really nice. Yeah, super smart.
Any like former president, secretary,
almost any.
You would be like, I know. That's cool. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I'm like dying to meet the Obamas.
Yes.
I would flip my mind, especially Michelle.
You just chilling with Obama casually.
Could you imagine? One day.
Right.
We'll meet him one day.
So now we're going to play a game. So we have 3 games, and you can choose 2. So the first game is put a finger down.
Terrible at games. Terrible at games.
Well, these games...
Then don't do the second game we're going to tell you, okay?
Well, these games aren't like... These games, don't worry. They're like, ask you a question, put a finger down, or like, what is this role? Blah,
okay,
blah, blah, blah. Okay,
right.
So the first game is put a finger down. So you start with 10 fingers, and then we ask you a prompt, and if it happened, you put a finger down.
Okay.
And then the second role that you might not want to do because it's a little confusing is guess the musical, and you have to. We're gonna say like a word, and you guess it, and we give you clues too if you like need it.
So it's also a little prompt.
Yeah.
And then the third game is called Roll Call, and so I don't know if you've seen this before, but it's like what Broadway.com does, and we give you like a prompt question, and you say which role matches with it the most. So it could be Broadway, off Broadway, regional, tour, anything.
think that's the most confusing one.
Okay.
Well, that one's new. We're debating.
Let's definitely do the fingers, and then maybe the second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
So, put a finger down if you've rejected plans because of rehearsal.
If I've what?
Rejected plans because of rehearsal.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Put a finger down if you cried at closing night.
Put a finger down if you've been noticed on street.
Put a finger down if you interacted with that theater girl.
Who?
That theater girl. Like, one of those, like, girls that's kind of like going fan crazy. Okay, yeah.
That, 100% that girl. Yeah.
Put a finger down if a famous person ever came to your show.
Put a finger down if you ever burped or farted on stage.
Yes, of course.
Put a finger down if you've ever fallen on stage.
Yeah, we know that.
Right. Put a finger down if your voice cracked on stage.
Oh, of course.
Put a finger down if you've gotten gifts from fans.
Yes, fans are the best.
Put a finger down if you played multiple roles in, like, a show.
Yes, Les Mis. I was like 11 different people.
So you got all 10 fingers down.
Yeah.
And so a question I have is, if you could think of one, what is an interaction you've had with, like, that theater girl?
Oh, well, it's like, I mean, they're like, I don't remember specifically, but it's just like that girl you meet, like, regularly, you know, at the stage door or, like, in the cast, and it's just like, see ya. Like, nice talking to you. It's like all business, like, oh, what she did, and like,
Right. I have a question. What gift did you get from fans?
Oh my God! I honestly, like, I've gotten so many over the years. People are like so amazing. Anastasia was like the craziest. We had the Fanastasias were the best. And we were all like, I took my cue from Christy Altamari, who was like the nicest girl in the world. She spent so much time at the stage. I was like, oh wow, okay, cool. So I used to like, I would never. I mean, I never skip the stage door anyway, but only if I'm like really not feeling well or like so tired. I just like sometimes you like just have to really protect yourself because it could take a lot of time. And I don't like to rush through. But Anastasia was having so much fun, and it was just amazing. Oh, right, because you were asking about gifts. Everyone was like crazy generous. I used to get like candy, stuffed animals. People knew I love owls, so I get owls. I'd get tons of M&Ms because that's my favorite candy. I used to get M&Ms all the time. And fans used to do the most amazing fan art. Like, seriously, I have like a whole file of fan art that is like blows your mind. Of me, like as Gleb and Anastasia, and also like of my cat Pocket. Like, they literally would give me fan art of my cat, and it was so good.
Cool.
Yeah, fan art has gotten crazy. I remember years ago getting fan art like that, and now kids are doing this amazing artwork of characters and stuff. So I have so much of that, like a whole file that I keep of all those things.
I have a question. Do you like M&Ms with peanuts in it or without?
Classic.
Classic. I like peanuts in it.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'll eat almost any M&M.
Right.
You would give me like ones with caramel. They're also one of my favorites. But like when it comes down to it, it's just like
class is good. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love your cat, by the way. She's so
cool. Yeah, she is.
She has like fur up here, but like no fur, and then like.
Does she say? You want us to say hello really fast?
Yes.
Okay.
Quick.
Baby.
Hi.
Peeps, look.
It's like an Egyptian cat.
I know, she's a sphinx. She was napping. She's probably so annoyed.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, Pockets.
Oh, I want to be a veterinarian when I grow up, so I love animals.
Really?
Yes,
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Pocket, ready? Bye.
Bye. We used to have a cat. Her name was Jury. But she was a black cat, right? But she got really sick. Yeah, and she was like throwing up everywhere. She was like breathing deeply. Sometimes she would have like hard time breathing. She was like a baby.
Yeah.
And she wasn't growing at all, so we had to take her back, sadly.
And then they fixed her, and we asked them when she's all fixed, can you give her back? And they gave it to a family.
Don't get mad.
I'm mad at that shelter. Yeah.
Do you have any other pets now? Or?
Yeah, we have a
dog, but he's old
cool.
and crazy, and his
cranky.
mind is all twisted, so...
Yeah, he's cranky. He's my little baby still at heart, right? But
of course, yeah.
Because he's a Chihuahua, you know how Chihuahuas have that reputation already. So he's rude. He's a little bit mean. He's a little mean, yeah.
Aww.
But what are some examples of like famous people that came to your show?
Oh, well, we haven't. I'm trying to think of like people you might know. I mean, like when I did American in Paris, Ricky Martin came to see me, and Tony Bennett came, Barbara Streisand, the Clintons. When I was in Anastasia, I don't know if you know Barry Manilow. He's like this famous older singer. He's been around for a long time. He's awesome. He came to see me when I was in Anastasia. That's so cool. Darren Criss, I remember, came to see us in Anastasia. Nick Jonas, I remember backstage at American in Paris. I actually did Les Mis the first time with Nick Jonas. He was one of the kids in the show. It was a long time ago.
Wow.
He was Gavroche, I think the character was. So I'm trying to think of other people you might know, but like, yeah, there are a bunch. It's been pretty cool. There are tons of others. I just can't remember.
Right. Okay, so the second game is Guess the Musical. And I already kind of explained to you, but I'll explain to you again. We're going to give you like little, I guess like sentences that have something to do with like the musicals.
Okay.
And then you have to guess it, and then we're going to give you clues if you can't get it the first time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. This is going to be bad. Okay.
Well, these are easy, so.
Most of them,
Perfect.
yeah.
Green meets blonde.
Oh, Wicked.
The end is coming.
The end is coming?
Scoot your head over. It might help him.
Oh, SpongeBob SquarePants?
Yeah.
The end? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's tough.
Freak meets pink.
Freak meets Pink. Meets Pink. Oh, Mean Girls?
Hard. Yes, yeah.
Really? Oh, okay.
A whole bunch of Davids fight Goliath.
A whole bunch of Davids fight Goliath.
This is one of the hardest ones.
Yeah.
A bunch of Davids.
We can give you a clue if you need it.
Yeah, I need another clue.
Seize the day.
Oh, Newsies.
Yeah.
Passion dies.
Huh?
Passion dies.
Passion dies. Falsettos?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that. Wow. Yeah.
I was like, I know that lyric.
Cape cow, half slipper, hair slipper.
Into the Woods.
Yes.
Queen of New York.
Queen of New York.
Think of a big gorilla.
Oh, King Kong.
Yes. Let it go.
Frozen?
Yes.
My Shot.
Hamilton.
Turn it off.
Book of Mormon.
Arabian Nights.
Aladdin.
Woo,
yeah. You did really good.
You did really good.
I think I only had No, I have to.
Yeah.
No, you did really good.
Yeah.
You
The
just
only
had
thing
to give me.
the only thing I had to do tell you like gorilla and like move our heads over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten SpongeBob. I wouldn't have thought of that for End of Time. So it would have taken me a long time. Even though I saw it's like not something that jumps to my head.
True.
But that wasn't bad. That was fun.
You did like really good compared to like other people because these are pretty. Some of these are hard. I'm not gonna.
Some of them.
Not gonna.
You guys are really clever. That was some.
And some of them are like newer musicals or older musicals,
or like some of the like the words we're saying are like not the main thing from the musical.
Yeah, no, totally.
So,
yeah. You guys should make like a real game of that. Like, make an app or something.
Cool. If they don't have that already out, you know.
Right.
I know, maybe.
Right.
So now we're gonna go on to
quick round.
This is the last part of our show, and so these are like rapid fire questions.
If you see us looking down, I'm trying to like read it, and I don't have my glasses, so if I'm like saying things wrong, it's because I'm trying to like read it. Yeah.
No worries.
Just so you know, our printer wasn't working today, and so we're reading it off of our phones. And so if you've been looking down a lot, like tapping, that's the only reason why.
No worries. I mean, listen. I had to like move all my stuff to another room. My mic, I couldn't figure out my mic. I couldn't get my Wi-Fi going, so it's one of those.
Yeah. Because I've been trying to like read
forgiven.
it. I've been trying to read it, but I have like really bad eyesight, so I was like, trying to like zoom in and stuff.
Yeah. But why don't we just go into it? So, favorite Halloween costume?
Vampire.
Harry Potter house.
Slytherin.
Harry Potter. Favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Favorite song?
Oh, If I Loved You. No,
Um,
I Have Dreamed.
favorite actor?
Oh, gosh. Ewan McGregor.
Favorite musical?
American in Paris.
Favorite food?
Chicken Parmesan.
Favorite color? We already asked this, but we can ask
Blue.
again.
Favorite beverage?
Diet Coke.
Favorite place to eat in New York?
Oh, Nizza.
Biggest pet peeve?
Well, there are a lot, but one of my biggest is littering. If I see someone litter, but I have many other pet peeves, but littering.
Favorite sitcom?
Oh, Will and Grace.
Favorite costume?
Favorite costume? Ooh, that's good. I mean, probably just like my top hat and tails in American in Paris. Just like classic was my dream.
Favorite animal?
My cat. Sphinx cat.
What other roles would you want to do in American in Paris?
Oh, in that show?
It could be falsettos.
It could be any show. Yeah.
Oh, just like a show that I've done
Yeah.
with other role in it?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, in American in Paris, I could never do it, but if I could dance the way Robbie danced, do that ballet, I want to know, I know these are rapid fire, but I want to know what it feels like to dance like that. I just can't even imagine. That would be an insane dream.
Favorite sport?
Doesn't exist. Tennis.
Favorite role to play?
Role, the dream role, or the one I've played that's my favorite?
Yeah,
Maybe.
Probably
the one that
be.
you played.
Yeah, it would probably be, I mean, there are a lot, but Henri in American in Paris has been my favorite.
Favorite dance style?
Oh, I'm not crazy into dancing, but probably tap dancing, in musical theater, or the ballet stuff in American in Paris.
Mm-hmm. Favorite pop star?
Ariana Grande.
Favorite movie?
La Vie Rose. So good.
Favorite dance number in An American in Paris?
Stairway to Paradise. No,
why would you say show in general?
I mean, I'm in that. Whole show. Favorite dance number in American in Paris. The final ballet, I think, was gorgeous.
Favorite book?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that right now.
Lastly, favorite theater saying?
Okay.
Well, that is it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, those are the things that for me it's hard. It's I don't know.
Right,
I can't think that quickly. But that was fun.
Hey guys!
Thanks for watching.
Remember to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you can get every update on a new video.
And make sure to come back next week for Austin Scott.
Woo!
We'll see you next time.
Bye!